All right, so we've got Nola here, and this is Marla. And like I'll say, pretty much anytime I get a chance to, leash training is the beginning of correcting any behavior that you need to correct. So the first thing I want to get to, if you pan to Brown Dog right there, notice when Brown Dog's kind of at ease, she goes straight into this position. And she'll sit there, and that way you know that your dog is just in a good place, if they're not squirrely or anything like that. So these dogs are learning the discipline of leash training, and this is how I got Brown Dog into that. So I've got two of them, and the reason why I've got all these dogs here, as you can see there's kind of a lot of them, is to show that it can be done in chaos or just with whatever's going on. So hopefully they're gonna cause a lot of distractions here. So again, you just take them on one at a time and then get to the other one. And the way you hold the other one is just a little reminder that we're here. This is not the way we're going to live our life doing this, but it is a good exercise to begin all the other things that we want out of our dogs. She's kind of general hyper stuff. This has to do with doorbells. They're all going to be solved by repetition with the leash, just like this. So you walk backwards and forwards. Now notice I'm not forcing the dog down, I'm just suggesting that's the way to go, and I'm not letting her go any other place. So that's how I do it. So we'll keep working on this. All right, so again, this is probably not a normal situation, but what's going to happen is I'm going to have to work through the exact idea of how we get a dog to reset, kind of like where Marla is right now, and just kind of one by one. I've got to work through it because I've got to pay attention to, here we go. All right, so, hey, shh. So I've got them in this sit mode. Brown Dog does it naturally. So now I'm going to walk with them. And I know this seems kind of crazy, but it's a good exercise if you because you can't fake it. You have to like attend to all of them at the same time. 4 dogs on a leash here in a sec. The thing is just to hold it like this. Brown Dog, come. Shh, Brown Dog, come. This is what you get if you get a lot of reps like this. Okay, she was way worse than any of these dogs. Do it again. And this isn't to demonstrate any kind of trick. This is to get your dog to behave in normal situations. Notice they're kind of like squirrely because they don't know what's going on. I would be squirrely too. But notice with very little effort, I've got them with all these other dogs around. I've got them in a position, 3 dogs. We might go on 4 here in a minute. All right, so now we got 3 dogs on the leash, and it's not just for the sake of walking 3 dogs at once, but you have to kind of calm down and really concentrate on each dog individually. Like right now I'm having to work Nola's leash to get her into the sit position. That's the whole game. So now I've got Marcel. So I'm a little discombobulated, and that's okay. That makes me know I gotta just take a second and get right. Make sure my lengths are right, and by that I mean roll your cinch up. This is about where I want to be because I don't want them right under me with the total without any slack at all for them to kind of enjoy the walk. So I'm going to start with these two on the right. There we go. Notice I'm not forcing them into it. And I'm going to do one at a time here. Now these guys are not well trained on for what I'm doing. And I'm just going to ease into them. I'm going to hold their head in place and just move in on them. Get their attention and do that. And just do it over and over again. Come on. And if you're backing up, then you can move in on them very easily. You're almost stepping on top of their head. So you want to hold their head in place in space, but very lightly. Okay, and as soon as they start to go down, you want to release the tension. That is huge. That's their treat. That's their go-to. That's their payoff. Come here. Walking backwards and forwards like this. And I stop, make a circle, and I go one at a time. If one of them does it like she did, Marley just did, that's even better. But if you can hold this for a while, you can do a lot of stuff with your dog in all kinds of crazy environments. I mean, hey, brown dog, come. Brown dog, come. Hey, come here. Shh. Brown dog, come. Hey. You don't want dogs getting behind you. Now what I'm going to do is bring them back to me. I'm going to back up and then we're all going to sit. And if you do this with a lot of repetition, one by one, and don't think for a second I didn't know this was going to be a little chaotic. But they're concentrating right now. They have to. And so am I. I mean, if you think I'm going to be playing on my phone during this, hey, put it up. Shh. Shh. They start to squirm or whatever, just a little check, enough to let it slip through your hands. And we're just going to hold this for a while. But so ideally, I get all of them to come to me to do this, and that's how this works. As soon as they start to get squirrely, we reset. And it's just a process. This isn't life. So I got to start moving now. And one by one, I have to work through it. As soon as they start to sit, as soon as their butt goes down, you release the tension. It's just a gentle tension while you move in, and as soon as you feel them going down, you give them their pay dirt. A leash is nothing but a safety net. Come here, let's go. Come on. So now I'm going to do 4 with one hand. That's not bad. I mean, it's kind of crazy feeling, and I know that she's probably the most likely to, or Tucker, sorry, he's the most likely to get out of line a little bit. Marley's the least likely. Nola didn't know what's going on, and Marley doesn't really care. He's just ready to chase a squirrel. So, seems kind of nuts. However, it's working here, and I'm not using a lot of effort. I haven't said sit, I haven't said any names, I haven't said no, I haven't said anything frustrating. It's just working the leash a little bit. So hopefully this is helpful. Go to TreyClarkDogs.com. We're at Trey Clark's Doghouse, right? The Audi dealership at 59 and Shepherd in Houston, Texas. And come on by and see why I keep saying no one else is doing what we're doing. Cheers.